Welcome, my beautiful souls, and welcome to the Oracle of the Light channel. My name is SP Psychic Medium. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. First of all, welcome to all my new subscribers. Hello there, everybody. And welcome to all my lovely viewers from all around the world. So nice to see you all. It really is. Before we begin, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you enjoy the channel, please do subscribe below. It is free to subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me. It really does. Also, as well, this evening's show, or whatever time you're watching it, this show is for entertainment purposes only, as every show is, and as I'm sure you understand. So, on today's show, then, that brings us to today's show. Interesting show. Is Tesla on the rocks? Is it all washed up? Has it had its day, you could say? Is it past it? Is it? It's not old school, because old school is when it comes back into fashion, and I think it's gone out of fashion. Is it out of fashion? Is it just not good? What is it? That's the question. So I've found out a little bit of things at the moment about Tesla and how wonderfully they're doing. It's so the Lincoln Report reported recently about the Tesla earnings report that was published. And apparently Tesla's net income has fallen 71%. Also, the total revenue slid by 9% from 21.3 billion a year earlier. And Tesla stock is down 41% so far in 2025. And they've also suffered their worst quarterly drop since 2022. So as you can see, they aren't doing great, and we all know they're not doing great, and that's in response to the obnoxious, horrific behavior by its CEO, Musk. So, and this all started off when he did the salute, and it's not stopped, and it's really amazing to see the power of the people, how they've come together and they've said, no, we don't want this in our world. We're not going to. We don't want any repeats of anything horrific. Thank you. And so people have spoken. But I think the whole point of this is we obviously know that Tesla aren't doing well, and rightly so, I believe. But what this video is more about is saying, so how is it going for them? Are they on the rocks? Is it really as bad as it looks? Are they going to weather this? Who knows? Of course, all readings are for entertainment purposes only, but it'll be just interesting to see how the cards will open this up, because even though we know the issue for them is not great, what else will the cards say? That's the question. This is why this is so interesting, everyone, about how the cards can really open it up even more, So I'm going to use the Cosmic Tarot cards to begin with here. And then I'm going to use the Oracle of the Light cards here, the Oracle cards that me and my beautiful husband designed and created, and they are incredibly accurate. And they ain't fluffy either. They get to the point. They really do. So no, first of all, that's really interesting. Just as I was putting the rock, I put this rock at the top. I put them in this box, and then on top of the cards in this box, they're wrapped in a silk like cloth, and then on top of the silk cloth I put this beautiful crystal rock. Now, as I was putting the rock into this case on top of the lace, not the lace, the cloth, the rock sort of slipped out of my hands, and I just felt that was also a bit of an indication about Tesla too. It's almost like slipping out of his hands. I feel there's almost that he's losing grip on it, because I just lost grip on the stone. And with all this sort of nature of this stuff, is that you do have to be aware very much of signs and things that happen. And I was very drawn to, as that rock slipped out of my hands, I thought, Tesla's kind of slipping out of Musk's hands a bit, out of his control, and is it making him lose his grip on things? That's the question, isn't it? It's very interesting, So what I'm going to do with this, as today we're only going to have one question. I will say, by the way, I'm going to put a link to IHIP News, which where I first heard about this story, and I'll put a link at the end of the video, but there's also a link in the description to IHIP News. There's also a link, by the way, everyone, to a playlist of all my videos in the description of this video as well. So go check them out, and you can have me streaming all day, so you can do your jobs with me behind you, reading cards. So do check out my playlist. There's a lot of videos up there, and do check that out. So then, the question is Tesla on the rocks? What do the cards say at this moment? Because the reading is always at this moment, and things can, of course, change. Are they heading towards bankruptcy? Are they going to recover? Let's see what the cards say. I'm really drawn to read them, just to keep pulling cards on this, because I've got one question, and this is kind of the only question. And then what I'll do, I'll summarize the cards at the end. I think I'm going to do it like that today. I always change how I do it. And the reason why I change is that I'm drawn by spirit and I'm guided by that. I follow my intuition. So I don't use a set grid or anything each time. It changes every reading. Even I don't really know what I'm going to do before I begin, apart from the question, that is, and the subject matter. Okay, so let's see. So, is Tesla on the rocks? The first card. Queen of Pentacles upside down. So things aren't going well. Things are going down. Pentacles is to do with connection to money, finance, and to me, the Queen of Pentacles is things are going down. I don't think things have got to the bottom yet. You know, I think things are going to go even lower with this. I feel as well with this card too, that the fact it's the Queen of Pentacles, almost, I think this is it actually looks a little bit like him in a way. I know it's a female face, but it just reminds me a little bit of his jawline. Can you see her jawline? It reminds me a little bit of Musk, to be honest, you know. And I feel that this is the representative of Musk wanting to be that queen in front of his seat, you know, and on top of it all. Sorry, the welfare queen, of course. This is why it's the queen. Francesco said the welfare queen, yeah, and he's known as the welfare queen. That's why it's the queen. Of course it is. Why didn't I spot that? So yeah, it's a real sense of like, yeah, this connection to this is Musk. This is things are upside down. Things are not going well. Let's pick up the next card. Oh dear me, the Tower upside down. So this card isn't a great card to get the right way up, but the wrong way up is even worse, really, in the sense of this. So this way is very much like you've done real loads and loads to build things up, but things are going to fall down and things won't be forever. But this, to me, says this is because you've almost like not had your eye on the ball. You've had the wrong intentions, you know, because it's upside down, being the wrong intentions, not a nice intention. And really, this is very much about, you can even see that the crown represented in the Queen's crown almost, you know, and the sense of like losing his crown, things going down here, you know, everything collapsing, falling apart, going up in flames. It doesn't, I really do feel like we've got even deeper to go yet on this, you know. I don't think people have finished giving, you know, taking their trade away almost. I don't think people have finished exerting their views on it, if you like. I feel they've got even further to go. I know they've lost a lot of money already, but I feel there's more money to be going here, you know. It feels like more money they're going to go even more into the negative than they have, you know. The next card, the Nine of Pentacles. Interesting. So this might suggest that he might try to either bring a new company about or start afresh. There might be some sort of start of freshness here. There might be some sort of like letting go of Tesla. letting, he might move away from it. Might be what might happen. It might go solo. He might go, looking at that one there. It might go solo from the tower there. They might go, you know what? I've had enough of this, and be almost. Interestingly, this card has a lot to do with often Mar-a-Lago when it has come up in the past. But I don't think this is Mar-a-Lago. I think this is to do with him finding his retreat somewhere, maybe in space. But there's definitely the sense of him retreating, and definitely the sense of denial and going into denial and possibly starting afresh, because this is a bit of a mothering card in that sense. But let's see what this next card says. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is often to do with other opportunities opening up. So this to me is really suggesting other avenues of exploring things. Now looking at this, what this could mean is, because this also looks like the Pentagon, this card as well, a little bit. You've got a similar shape to the Pentagon. Now, what this might mean is he might go even further into Doge, or he might go completely to something different. Either way, the Wheel of Fortune is something to do with, it's all to do with those new opportunities coming in. The Wheel of Time turning, new opportunities coming in. Now, in terms of actually where I'm just looking at the balance of this card, in terms of where I'm feeling he's actually going, it does feel like he's going away from the government, to be honest with this. It feels like that. It feels like he might be distancing himself from that. It also feels like he might be, there's something new I think he's going to work on, something completely different almost, there's a new project in the pipeline that I think he'll probably try and waste more money on, it could even, I don't know why I'm saying, but it could be even like the robots, the Tesla robots or something like that, to completely like shift his focus and try and forget about all the car business, but yeah, there's definitely new things coming in, I want to get a few more cards as well. The Queen of Cups. He's not feeling the love there. I think what this is saying is that he'll even completely try and reinvent himself, but people will never forget. Okay, this Queen of Cups upside down. The Cups is often connected to love, and the fact that it's the Queen links to the Queen of Pentacles earlier, but the fact it's the Cups upside down is to me saying that people, they won't, he's almost like earned his reputation now. That's it, I think he won't shake this reputation that he's got now, and I think that the Queen of Cups upside down is that he is forever this person that's bringing dark to the world with these fascist and horrendous principles that he wants to promote and everything, I think that's what this is about, the no love there. And yeah, I think he desperately wants to shake it, because I think this is to do, these two cards that we've already done is all about trying to shake this image. I do see him distancing himself from Tesla. It does feel like that will happen. I don't know when that will be. There's no timings for this particularly, but I do feel that there will be a distancing and a kind of like a denial of that. I almost wouldn't go past him saying that it was a success. I think we might even hear him say, no, Tesla's a success. It's a success, following the Felon 45's rule book. If in doubt, lie in the face of the truth, and eventually people will believe you, and I think that's what that's about. But for him, though, I think it will stick to him like glue with this card, I want to get one more card out as well. The Princess of Swords as well. So the swords is all to do with hurt. And this is the fact it's upside down is hurt. I feel this sense of like, this is to do with hurt, but it's also to do with the hurt that he's brought on himself. And this is to do with the thing that he can't shake. The hurt's very close to him. And I think it's to do with almost his history. I think what this is talking about is what all these actions that he's doing is going to create a history for him. It's going to create this history of actions and of effects that he's making. He was the creator of these. None of these had to happen, and I think this will forever hurt him. They will always hurt him. There is no wisdom there. He's not looking at the wisdom. I don't think he's learned anything from this. I think he's as on his own as he always was, as single-minded as he always was. From that card, I can see a lot of single-mindedness, a lot of like, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to get one more card and then we're going to look at some oracle cards. And death. Wow, okay. So the death upside down. So death normally this way is a new beginning, but this way is like the beginning of the end. So I think he'll try and reinvent himself, but that too will fail. I think that's what this reading is saying. Because we've got, I'm going to summarize now our little reflection. So let's look at them. So, and then I'm going to go to the oracle cards. So the Queen of Pentacles is the Queen of, and I've forgotten it again, the Queen of Welfare Queen. That's right, the Welfare Queen. But his world is upside down. Things are not going well for him at the moment. The next card is the Tower upside down. His universe and everything is crumbling around him. It's got further to go, though. It's got a lot further to go, I feel. The Nine of Pentacles is going to denial. I'm just going to run away and I'm going to go into denial. So I don't see anyone that tells me about any of this. I don't see anyone that tells me what to do. They don't tell me anyone that I'm just going to go into denial and go away from it, The next card, the Wheel of Fortune, is other opportunities coming in. I think he is going to work on different projects, or definitely a different project. Quite what that'll be, I'm not quite sure, but it does feel as a different project coming in there. But the Queen of Cups, but he's still not going to shift it. He's still not going to shift it, and he's going to keep this reputation he's built up for himself forever. And a lot of people will never really feel a lot of love towards him, I don't think, The next card, the Queen of Swords, there is a lot of hurt. He feels almost regret and for wanting to be all these places. And I think it'll be something that really sort of gets to him. And death, the beginning of the end, in the sense of that even when he tries something else, I think that's going to fail as well, And this is really the beginning of the end for a lot of businesses for him, I feel, more than just the one. I think it's going to affect him on a number of different sides here, Don't forget, if you're enjoying this, everybody, don't forget to subscribe below. It does mean a lot. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over and have an oracle card. Let's get a few oracle cards on this too and see what they have to say. Going to get a couple of oracle cards, I think. So, is Tesla on the rocks? Is Tesla on the rocks? Let's have a look. So, is Tesla on the rocks? Heart of an Angel. So, in terms of this, I feel that I think this is to do with justice will prevail. I think that's what this card is. Justice will, because I think there's a lot of injustices being going on. There's a lot of injustice going on. And I think this is to do with the right thing will prevail in the end, because the thing is that the wrong things don't have any substance. They also have create so much hurt, but the right intention doesn't. And I think that in the end, justice will prevail here, and will come in and swoop in and do it. And also one step ahead. I think that this card is all about, in terms of is Tesla on the rocks. I think that in some ways, I think he's trying to play a game with it all as well. Like he is like his games of chess, all his businesses, and he thinks he's one step ahead, but justice will prevail. Justice is going to prevail, and he's going to lose that game, And the last card is Infinite Reach, and that tells me a lot here, because it's upside down, which means the opposite of infinite reach. Okay, in other words, his world's going to be shrinking. You know, opportunities are going to be shrinking, money's going to be shrinking, his power is going to be shrinking. So I think very much that justice is going to be prevailing here. I'll just go over the oracle cards one more time, just so you know, in our reflection. So first of all, we have the heart of an angel, which is to do with that justice will prevail. The right intention will prevail. The next card, one step ahead. He will try to be one step ahead, but you can never, when you create those causes, you can never stop the results of those causes. You know, cause and effect. You know, it's a very laws of energy is cause and effect. If you create negative and awful causes, then you'll get negative things back. Okay, it's a simple principle. And then infinite reach. Well, he's going to be losing his reach. He's going to be losing his power. He's going to be shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and losing his power. Okay. So I think that brings us to the end. I don't think it's so. In a final summary, then, is Tesla on the rocks? Yes, most definitely. And I also feel as well that there's more to come here in the sense of more losses, shrinkage, and shrinkage even, and yeah, I think it's going to be very much. Yeah, we've got more to see here, but yeah, he might try and reinvent himself, but that'll fail as well. You know, I think people have had their time with him, and that's it. You know. So listen, everybody, that brings us to the end of the show. But I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you did enjoy it, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and do subscribe below. It really, really, really just means so much. So listen, everybody, with lots of love and light from the Oracle of the Light, I will see you all really, really soon. Take care, everybody. See you later. Bye.